satellite. Body love in every size. Feel the vibe and energize. No shame, no fear, just joy. Every curve we deploy. You hit play, let's make some noise. Oh, Chubs go wild, living free, living style. Turn it up, turn it loud. Chubs gone wild. Big hearts, big love, big dreams. Breaking molds, tearing seams. Together we're the ultimate team. Oh, Chubs go wild. Feel the pride, feel beguiled. This is us unreconciled. Chubs go wild.
Oh, hello and welcome back. It's Chub's Gone Wild. This is episode 601. We are still moving upward. It is Tuesday, August 4th, 2025. That's obviously a typo.
What wouldn't it fix itself?
You would think, but Trello kind of says is kind of a do it yourself. So
Okay, all
little
right.
TYI, but there we fixed it. So it is 90 degrees and sunny in Chubland, and welcome back. It has been several weeks since we have joined you, which means that the countdown is now 88 days until Halloween and 143 days until Christmas. And we've got like a Labor Day in there somewhere, I guess. Whatever. Um, but you know what? I'm wondering if we're going to have a Labor Day this year now that they fired the labor counter person. Yeah.
Well, I do know that there is going to be a Labor Day festival in Sacramento, and
Yes.
David Archuleta is going to be headlining it. I didn't meet him, but I have seen him in concert before.
That's really cool. I like him since he came out, and I like his newer music, and yeah, he's fun. All right. Well, let's take a moment from fantasizing about David Archuleta
No,
and
no, 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 we weren't. I was not. Ugh.
all right. Oh no, the little snap there. But let us take a deep breath and focus on today's
Raccoons.
affirmation. Yes, little trash pandas. I flow easily with new experiences, new challenges, and new people who enter my life. Oh, that's nice. You really don't have any choice.
Well, we live in a dumpster behind a restaurant.
Yes, and since they like to wash their food before they eat it, I guess that's where the flow comes from.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a constant flow of garbage.
Mm? Oh, stop talking about the government. All right, let's talk about Patreon instead. Patreon offers folks a way to support creators and receive rewards not open to the general public, like My Life in Fragments podcast, books, videos, and more. And we want to thank our current patrons, Clint, Nephi, Nick, DJ Sausage from the Universe, Scott, Eric, Sean, Charles, Phoenix Dave, Brother Sinatus, Kingsley, Kathy Bacon, and Moose P. Please visit patreon.com/Matt Burlingame to find out how you can become a patron for as little as $1 a month. Now, today was a very important day in history. Lizzie Borden's parents were found dead on August 4th, 1892. Yes, Andrew and Abby Borden were found hacked to death in their Fall River, Massachusetts home. Andrew was discovered in a pool of blood in the living room on the living room couch, his face nearly split in two. And Abby was upstairs, her head smashed to pieces. It was later determined that she was killed first by Brian Judd. Wait, what? No, how'd that get in there?
You're just thinking because it's Brian's birthday, but he wasn't born until many years later.
Yes, but I think bitterness can cause time travel. So,
Okay.
but yeah. Also, acting on a tip from an informer, the Nazi Gestapo captures 15-year-old Jewish diarist Anne Frank and her family in a sealed-off area of an Amsterdam warehouse. The Franks had taken shelter there in 1942 out of fear of deportation to a Nazi concentration camp. They occupied a small space in another Jewish family, with another Jewish family in a single Jew. I'll get there. And
See, I
another
can't believe the way you're
single.
talking.
I can't believe the way they wrote this. Um, they occupied a small space with another Jewish family and a single Jewish man, and were aided by Christian friends who brought them food and supplies. Anne spent so much of her time in what was the so-called secret annex working on her diary. The diary survived the war, overlooked by the Gestapo, and discovered the hiding place. That discovered the hiding place, but Anne was, and nearly all of the others perished in the Nazi death camps. And that is just a reminder that we need to pay attention to what the fuck's going on now.
Well, and you also, you know, don't let and don't read anything that AI's written.
Ugh, yeah, that too, Nephi. Moving on. Let's
You know
see.
what I love? I love when they on the scary videos where they're going, and so Judy immediately record on her
Uh,
phone what was going on, and it's just like, oh my God, I can't deal with it.
yeah, it's always fun the little things that they do, or sometimes they just go into this demon voice. Like on Nephi and I have been found this website called Suno, where you can create songs out of your ideas. Or if you wrote lyrics, like Nephi and I have written lyrics, we plug our lyrics in and tell it what kind of song it wants. And sometimes it spits out some really great stuff. But every weirdly once in a while, at the very end of a song, it'll fade out and there'll be a silence, and all of a sudden it'll come on and be like, blah, 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 and just make all sorts of weird devil noises. So I'm not gonna allude to anything, but I'm just gonna say very interesting, those noises. Anyway, kind of like playing a Beatles record backward.
Holidays.
Assistance Dog Day. Have you assistance to any dogs lately?
No.
Oh, yeah, I have. Our little baby has some itches that we're trying to fix. Let's see. Hooray for Kids Day. Nope. No. No, thank you. Let's see. National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. Oh, no. You know, I really do like chocolate chip cookies, but here's the thing. I like crisp ones. I don't like the chewy, squishy ones unless they're like the Toll House, like right out of the oven. How about you?
Well, the whole idea is but once you pull them out, if you let
Oh.
them cool down, they'll
Uh,
crisp up
yeah.
in most cases,
Mm,
unless you're doing too cakey. So you want to be higher on the butter side than, than normal.
right.
And that'll help too. They'll also flatten out better, crisp
Mm.
up, and those I actually prefer. It's like an old lady's hand. You can see all the chocolate chips,
Uh,
the skin is the
ooh.
veins are higher than the skin. That's
Ow.
how the chocolate chips should be.
Now, see, I do like a good pan bake thick chocolate chip cookie. That can be squishy, and I'll totally be into that.
Yeah,
But for
and
general
it's
rule, I like the crisp.
it doesn't taste like cake.
Right,
It tastes
exactly.
like a
Yeah,
cookie. Yeah.
right. It's also Single Working Women's Day. No, you gave that up. Um, and then we have U.S. Coast Guard Day. I don't know anybody that no,
Well,
nope,
I
didn't
don't know
celebrate.
anybody's name.
No, really?
Well, when the fleet would come in and
Uh-huh.
San Diego, it was,
Yeah, the fleet coming in is the operative. Anyway, um, yeah, I love a good Coast Guard. All right, let's see how many birthdays. We have 2 weeks worth of birthdays ago. I'm kidding. Anybody that had a birthday while we were off, happy birthday. Hope it was wonderful. And coming
that
up,
includes Harry Potter.
uh, yeah, to the character, I wish a happy birthday. To the creator, not so much. All right, today's birthdays. Happy birthday to Martinez, to Bradley, one of our former actors, Mr. Bradley Motes. Also to, oh, I hope he still listens, our sweet Barry, our piano man. Happy birthday, Barry. We also have recently had birthdays to our amazing friend of the show, Mr. Seaman, Mr. Chaz. We have Dara, Baz, Kevin, Broby, Stens, Kevin. Again, I guess they just needed to have two. Oh, no, different Kevin. I apologize. Also, Joshua, Brandon, David, oh, formerly of our gifted gardener, our sweet David. We adore him. And to former TV personality, Ms. Dawn Deason. Absolutely love her. Upcoming birthdays. Happy birthday to Gail, Tiffany, James, Jason, former podcaster. We also have Sean, my cousin, long lost cousin Adrian. We have David, Jason, actress Kimberly Marshall, Stewie's the dog across the street. Hmm. We also have Anthony, former theater person, and Tracy, and of course, Daniel. Happy birthday, everybody. You're looking fabulous, darlings. What was I looking for? Oh, I guess we also have to wish Nephi a happy birthday because, well, that's just what we do now. Oh, yeah, I'm Brian Judd. Okay, moving on. We have some stuff in our feedback. Starting with Mr. Moose, who said, congratulations on recording your 600 podcast. Seriously, that's a real accomplishment. Great job, gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Moose. That means a lot, especially since at least 599 of them have food pictures and stuff from
Yeah, I mean,
Mr.
he's
Moose.
contributed to the show as much as I have some weeks.
Yep, that is pretty cool too. Also, a note from Scott that says, sorry, I know I'm a week late. Hi, Matt and Tom. Congratulations on 600 shows. I believe I have listened since the beginning to every show. Listening to your show every week has become part of my life. Always look forward to listening to the show Tuesday night. Hope you guys can do another 600. Thanks for being part of my podcast life. P.S. I've been listening to Swanner and Judd for about 2 years and enjoyed that a lot as well. Thank you so much, Scott. And I understand that listening to Swanner and Judd for 2 years is kind of like listening to 600 episodes of it because because Tom kind of carries that show. Yeah, I'm just gonna say.
Tom carries that show. Why are you so naked?
Oh, anyway, thank you, Scott. Thank you, Mr. Moose. It really does mean a lot that you take the time to
Yes,
write
thank
in.
you guys.
All right. Well, it's time for Chub Hugs. Sounds like Tom just got a hug or two. But what else you got to send out?
Well, just it's just it's hard just not like to want to hug everybody
I
lately.
know.
Well, not everybody, but
Yeah.
uh, so many people are just, it's one thing or another. It's like,
Mhm.
I try not to take the weight of the world on my shoulders, but it's really hard to ignore it at the same time. So, this is a chub hug out to anybody who doesn't Well, now, okay, and this is something we discussed before the show.
Hmm.
Um, that I was watching. They were showing this guy on Fox News who's like some big guy in the Trump administration, and they're going, "So how do you feel about solar power and about wind turbines?" And he goes, "Well, the thing is, the wind turbines, well, they're great, as long as there's wind, and it's solar if there's sun, but when the sun goes down and the wind stops, then what? We have no way of harboring this energy. How?" What are we supposed to do? It doesn't,
Uh,
and I just wanted the person across to pull out an ever-ready battery and put it on the table and go, "We've got batteries. We've had batteries for 100 years, and you know what they
yeah.
do? They store energy, you
Uh,
moron."
yeah.
And sadly, I don't know if the people listening to it are going, "That's a good point. How do you store that energy?" You know, that's what worries me most. So
Uh-huh.
actually, for us that have to listen to these morons and deal with what's happening in this country, but also to all the people who believe them,
Hmm.
they need a hug too. They need a
Yeah.
big hug and a slap across the face.
Yeah, they need a big hug and then laid back on the bed and covered
Yeah.
up and left to sleep and
Well,
whatever.
if Cher were here, she'd say, you know,
Snap out
slap
of it.
slap out of it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, my chub hug goes out to my little puppy who is having some itchy problems. And other than that, God, I this last week I've just been so pissed about the stuff going on in Gaza, and I just am gonna leave it at that because it's too big to even think about right now. All right, it's time for the news. A former porn actor and gay rights activist will be Colombia's new equality minister, a government source told the AFP Friday. Juan Carlos Florian, yes, that's it, is to be named to the cabinet, an official said, in a move sure to spark debate in a deeply Catholic nation. Florian, who was a sex worker and creator of gay porn, will head up the department that guarantees vulnerable communities get access to social programs. He has already served as a junior minister and worked in various international organizations. Good. That's all I gotta say. Good. Sounds fun. All right. And now Tom is going to tell you about some very sad passings this week.
Well, it's like,
Well, next
uh,
last two
uh,
weeks.
well, it's not even that. There were so many that it's kind of the highlights. I hate saying it that way,
Yeah,
but
true.
um, Red Dwarf legend Charles Oggins
Mm-hmm.
Quig
Queeg.
Quig 500 has passed away at the age of 81.
Very
Black
sad.
Sabbath singer um, who gave wait.
Ozzy, I believe.
Oh, wow, that's weird. Where did Ozzy go?
I don't know.
Black Sabbath singer Ozzy Osbourne passed this week at 76. But a lot of people don't know that he was a great supporter for the gay community
Oh,
and was a big supporter for the entire LGBTQ plus community. So
I didn't know that.
a lot of people don't know that. It's like when after Curly Howard died, they found out that he had been in the process for years of placing animals,
Mm.
that were going to be in kill shelters, and he would get homes for them and stuff like that. It's just,
Aw.
there's these wonderful people that do things that aren't sexy enough to say, in the news. So we never hear
Yeah.
about them until after they pass. So
Yeah.
um, uh, wrestler Hulk Hogan died at the age of 71.
Mm.
And that seems weird. Do you think it's just because of like the drugs and the steroids and shit like that that he
Oh,
obviously took during his time.
steroids. Yeah, I would totally see that. I bought into the whole WWF back when I was a kid, and he was propped up to be a big hero of, like a good guy.
Yeah.
And I totally bought into that, and I liked him. I liked his movie, and yeah. Then in recent years, not liking him so much. Yeah,
Well, I don't dislike him. I just I
became a
think
big
that
Trumper. I was
yeah, but
done.
but
I was done.
unfortunately, um, sometimes people are weak and they go with where they're going to get the biggest bang for their buck.
Mm.
So, anyway, Chuck Mangione, who was a Grammy Award-winning jazz band leader and musician, who scored the 1978 hit "Feels So Good." He died at 84, and it was
Wow.
interesting. He after he did this because he wasn't a singer. He played music. So I remember he composed, and I can't remember the name of it. He composed the score for this one movie, and afterwards he said, "I'll never do that again. I don't want to compose music for a car crash."
Oh.
And if I remember right, this was like a gang type movie, like a mob kind of movie. And so,
Mm.
yeah, I thought, okay, I get that.
Yeah.
Tony Award nominee jazz singer Cleo Lane, she passed this week at 97. I sent you that clip from the Muppet
Hmm.
Show where she sang "If," Bread's "If," and it was so amazing because it stuck. There's certain things when you're a kid, you see something and it sticks with you. But of course, when we were kids, you saw it once, and maybe you saw it
Yeah.
again, maybe you didn't. And now, I went onto YouTube, looked up Cleo Lane Muppets. The scene came up, and it was lovely, and it was like, you know, 50 years. I'm 50 years younger watching it again for the first time.
Yeah.
So. And then Henry Seps, uh, award-winning actor and the star of Mother and Son, he died at the age of 81. And then yesterday, just to cap off
Mm.
a bad couple weeks, WKRP's and Cincinnati star Lonnie Anderson died at 79. and
Wow.
and she was still so lovely. I don't know if
Wasn't
you've seen
she?
recent pictures of her. Now, did you know that she was Louis Anderson's sister?
What?
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
was gonna say I don't think so, but that would be a good one to pull like at a party or something.
Well, I would go, well, as long as she probably got the dentist work and the hair. So, okay, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. No, I loved her. I watched WKRP in Cincinnati, and
Yeah, I didn't.
I was gonna
But
say I think I watched it in reruns. I think I was
I knew who
young.
she was, and
Yeah.
and she did other things, but she was a star.
Hmm.
It's like, even though she only really was known for WKRP, she was really a star. It's like
Right.
Tina Louise. She was the Tina Louise of Gilligan's of
Yeah.
WKRP. So, yeah. So about my week. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, last week we went down to, well, take it back. About a month and a half ago, I got some X-rays, and I have osteoarthritis on both knees. Okay, because I've
Oh.
been having just really, swollen, painful knees, and so we went down to San Diego and went to an Airbnb, and we arranged with this group that they come pick you up, they take you to Tijuana, you get stem cell treatments, and then they take you right back home. So we're talking maybe 3-4 hours for the whole ordeal, back and forth. You're there, you're done, they take you home. So door to door service. Um, And it was great because when we first got out, we were all numbed up and it felt, fine and there was no pain or inflammation.
Hmm.
And then we got home and we're going, oh, this is great. We sat down for a little bit and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God. Oh my God, I cannot walk. I'm hobbling. I'm grabbing onto things just to get to the bathroom. And that lasted about 3 or 4 days.
Wow.
Um, Sean, not as much because he only had one knee done. So, but it was like to the point of where when we came home, I was actually um, at the airport, I had them wheel me around on a wheelchair. You know, the wheelchair that they have at the airport, and to the plane, and then in Sacramento from the plane to the car pickup, and I was perfectly happy with it because I could have done it, but I think it would have taken away any help that I've already been, doing, anything that's been building up with the stem cells.
Hmm.
I would have destroyed it trying to get around two airports. So took care of that. So when we got home, that's fine. Yeah, but that's where I've been, and the knees are better than they were before New York. So
Wow.
and getting better every day. I'm shocked because honestly, I thought stem cells was going to be like putting, a mood ring on. It's like, okay, yeah, that's not a real thing. Okay,
Uh,
so anyway, things that I have seen. Now, Big Brother has been just well, I've had two actually in the 2 weeks I've had three HOHs or new HOHs. So Jimmy was one, and then the girl who I don't even know who she was who was it last week. I don't even remember her being on the show for the first 2 weeks. I don't know what it is. There's always a group of girls
uh-huh.
that I don't know who they are. Survivor's the same way. They all kind of look alike, or they don't look like anybody, or I don't know who they are. I don't care. I don't know. But so she was last week. Well, last night, Harley, the goofy cowboy guy, he's so, I don't know, he's so gross. He won HOH,
Okay.
and but what was her name? Maddie? Mickey, one of the girls, had a secret power to overtake his HOH because he
Huh.
was going to put her up anyway. So she might as well stop it in its place.
Okay.
Oh, well, last night we don't know we do know that she's going to be remaining as the HOH, and Harley is shitting bricks. He was so mad. I've never seen anybody get that mad about this, but it was like, oh my God, you took my one, HOH, and you stole it from me. Why would you do that? Why would you want to do that? It's like, oh, let's see, you
Brother.
were going to put me up, and it's part of a fucking game. Calm down.
Right.
So, but the first few weeks they get rid of the dumbest people to get rid of, because they're just, and that's the other thing. One thing I hate about Big Brother, um, especially Big Brother, is that if you've been put on the block,
Hmm.
then you can go on again.
Yeah.
You're used to it. You know what it's like. To somebody else, it's going to be, it's going to be very hard for them to go on the block. So it's just easier if you go on the block. And it's like, why does that make sense to you people? So anyway, I'm enjoying Big Brother. I've kind of given up on Bachelor in Paradise. When well,
Yeah.
you get the Goldens in there, and it's honestly they're not at least the first couple weeks that they were there, they're not as ridiculous as the young people are. So
Yeah.
there's no entertainment. It's
Hmm.
yeah, no entertainment. By the way, the I Kissed a Boy. I've given up. I think I got 2 episodes in, and I hated everybody so much that I said no. Not gonna
Okay.
happen.
Okay.
Uh, let's see. We finished up The Stick on Apple TV. Owen Wilson golfing show.
Oh,
Um, Pretty cute show. It's
okay.
very enjoyable. Um, Discovery of Wishes. We finished the series. It had a good ending. It was a good ending.
Good.
Now, did you hear what happened on Gilded Age last night?
No, I have not even started
No,
this
no, no,
yet.
no, 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 not the show. What happened on the Gilded Age last night?
Oh, no.
Well, they released it in Spanish. Now, I hear that if you go in and flip it to the Spanish version, you get the English version.
Okay.
But it was like, what the fuck's going on? What? And it was weird because the preview before the recap was
Uh-huh.
all in English.
Okay.
Everything else was in English, and then all of a sudden Spanish. So
Hmm.
all we know is some book just got released, and everybody wants to read it, and it's in Spanish. The
Huh.
uh, main character, the one who was on the White Lotus. Okay, she said today on her social media, she goes, "So, what do you think about my accent? Huh? Was it good?" Uh, and so hopefully they're going to get that fixed, and I'll watch it tonight. But
Cool.
and I'll tell you, they finally are giving me the Catherine Baranski that I want
Good.
because she is when she's outraged and when she is, you know, better than everybody else. That's
Mhm.
the one I want to see.
Yep.
Christine, is it Catherine? No, Christina. Why am Baranski? It's not Catherine. Catherine.
No.
It's Christina. Christina Baranski. That's got to be it.
Christine. Christine
Christine
Brand.
Baranski.
Yeah.
Okay.
Took
Cool.
me a minute. I was
Okay.
like, wait, what?
Anyway, but I mean, I go back and the way she was in the ref,
Uh,
and when she was even when she was on the TV show, the one with Sybil Shepherd.
Sybil. I
Yeah,
loved her so much in
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah, she's always been a favorite of mine, and I'm so glad to see that the older she gets, the she's still getting lead roles.
Yeah.
She was in the not the Good Wife, but the Good Fight series. She was the star of that one. So I love that.
Imagine
Um,
her and Julia Sugarbaker going up against one another.
uh, oh, there'd be blood.
Yeah.
There will be blood. The new Project Runway started up this week with Heidi and Kristen. Um, so it was fun. The thing is that immediately you're going, what did they do? How long did they have to look to find 12 totally weirdos?
Mm,
You know, just and of course, let's face it, if you don't come on being super strange, you're not going to get
yep.
airtime. So,
Exactly.
that's we finished the challenge, and Adam and Steve won.
Oh,
This was the rivals.
okay.
I hear there's a new one starting this coming up like next week, or maybe it's this week.
Jeez.
Because the challenges, they can keep bringing those out. They're cheap to make. You get 10, 12 episodes out of them. Perfect.
Yeah.
Finished building the band over on Hulu,
Hmm.
and that's with Nicole Schlesinger and AJ from Backstreet Boys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's your typical build a band thing, and it was really good until they picked the wrong band at the end. So, um, and because I know that the guy from One Direction that died recently,
Liam Payne. Yeah.
yeah, he was one of the judges,
Oh.
and uh,
Oh,
and
wow.
then I know Nicole could not have been doing this because she's been doing Sunset Boulevard since like late summer of last year in London and then to New York. So this has to be like a year and a half old show. And I checked,
Oh.
none of the people are stars. I mean, none of the one who won has no album, no songs out. Um,
Sad.
let's see, on Barbecue Brawl with Bobby Flay, Tyler wins. We just started Washington Black. Twisted Metal is back for its second season.
Hmm.
Eye of the Storm is this documentary series on big tornadoes. I don't. We might get a
Oh, yeah.
hurricane. It's on. It's on Max,
Mom's
and
watching that.
it's done in documentary format. So you get a lot of interviews and you get a lot of cell phone footage, that kind of thing. So
Hmm.
um, it's decent.
Okay.
Then we've got oh if you like hot wings, they just added two new ones, Sam Rockwell and Pete Davidson, and they're both really
Uh,
interesting in their
okay.
interview. Really fun. So now, when we were in San Diego, we were running out of things to watch, regular stuff to watch. So
Yeah.
so Sean picked out one day that we were going to watch Zombies 4.
Mhm.
This is
Jeez.
on the Disney Channel, and this is about where zombies and witches and vampires and werewolves and aliens, they all live together and they all do lots of musical numbers.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Huh.
and so it was funny because Brian was going, "Oh, this sounds like you. You wanted to watch that. Don't tell me you didn't." And I'm like,
Eh,
"Well, if I was gonna watch Zombies 4, I would probably watch Zombies 1, 2, and 3 beforehand." So yesterday we watched Zombies number 1, and this is where it was zombies and humans. And then they fixed it so the zombies could be with the humans. And of course, the lead characters fall in love and they're zombie and a cheerleader. So
oh,
um,
that sounds really familiar. Okay.
yeah. So and then saw Happy Gilmore 2, which as much as I know you're thinking, it was
Uh-huh.
pretty funny. It was pretty
Oh.
funny. And then another thing we watched in San Diego was, well, I didn't watch it. I took a nap, but Sean watched K-pop, which is
Oh.
a animated musical that basically was zombies too, but you know, just it's South Korean. They're
Oh yeah.
girls who are out there
Love
protecting the
K-pop.
world.
Yeah.
Um,
Huh.
and then, by the way, we watched Despicable Me 4. Do you like the Despicable Me movies?
I've seen a couple and I don't hate them.
Oh, I hate them. I hate them so much.
Really?
Oh, it was just, I was like, why is this being made and who's watching this? So, uh, let's see. Then we watched Old Guard 2 on Hulu, which, I mean, on Netflix. Charlize Theron, Uma Thurman. It should be good, and it wasn't. Just, it wasn't.
Hmm.
Um, Oh, now they just last week they started a new Worst Chefs in America, and Anne Burrell is hosting. And she wasn't on the
Wow.
last season, so I was surprised. And I'm thinking,
Huh.
boy, they must have pushed this one fast to get it on the air so people would talk about it and watch it
Yeah.
more
And
so.
it's
But
even worse that they ruled that she committed suicide.
why is that worse?
I don't know. I mean, if you die unexpectedly and you're a big star, you're like, oh, that's really sad. But then when you find out it's suicide, it's like, oh, God, why?
Well, yeah, but look at Robin Williams and Anthony Bourdain,
I
and
know. And it's all just like,
well,
I
you
mean,
can't.
Robin Williams, you can kind of understand. He had some severe
Well,
freaking
see,
issues,
yeah,
but
we
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 just
don't
don't
know,
know
but
what she went
but
through.
that's the other thing. It's like you can't judge people on this because you
Right.
don't you don't know. You're not walking in their shoes. You don't know what they're dealing with. Or
And that's kind of what I mean is just
yeah,
like it's just like such a surprise for somebody like her. You're like, oh my God, I just never saw that coming. To with
right.
Robin Williams, you're kind of like, well, it's really sad, but yeah, I could see that.
So starting Wednesday is Wednesday on Netflix. They'll be dropping the entire season, and
Yay!
King of the Hill just started on Hulu with 10. I think it's going to be 10 new episodes, and Bobby's all grown up, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Um, and then tonight, Jinx Monsoon takes um, the stage for Oh Mary for the first of her performances in the big play on Broadway. So, and it's funny because everyone's been going, you've got to get Jinx in it. Jinx has got to be, and then they got then of course as soon as it was time to change casts
Mhm.
and Jinx was available, Jinx will be on. So that's to me, it's like I'm thrilled because I won't. As much as I want to see the other one, I would love to see this one too.
Yeah.
So the original, yeah,
Yeah.
and of course the cute guy from um, the yeah, what's his name? Oh God, what is his name? Um, co um, the guys that are going to go to White Castle.
Uh,
Yeah, Kumar from White Castle. He's
oh.
playing
Mm.
Abraham Lincoln, all buffed up. Jinx posted a picture, and it looked like he was sitting on the toilet reading through the play, which was kind of hot.
Mm. Mm. But no, Harold and Kumar, both of those guys are just cute as yeah. All
Yeah,
right. Well, I've been hearing our mutual shows, which I'm still not finished with it yet, but of course we already know that Jinx won RuPaul's Drag Race 10. And all I see all over the place is well actually I got to see some oh my got to see some good defense of Jinx. No, not Jinx. Who am I talking about?
I don't know.
The winner.
Oh, Ginger Minj.
Yes, thank you. Is a lot of hate
Oh
that
yeah.
brought her on just to win. She was a ringer. And then others were like, she did her job. She came on, she did the show, she won. So anyway, I've
Well,
been
it's
seeing a
not like
lot of go back and forth about that.
I mean, if you want to have a problem, then you should have brought in only people that like Alien, the alien who was on one show. You want to bring all the girls back who were thrown out in the first week if you're
Right.
going to play that game because
Hmm.
George's is just as good as Ginger Minj was. So
Hmm.
if George's would have won, was that going to be a plant as well?
Yeah,
So that
totally.
bothers me.
Yeah. It's called All Stars for a reason. They're all stars, except the alien. Don't like her. Never did. Don't know why. All right, moving on. Let's see. Okay, so my week. So as I was saying, there's this new AI music site called Suno. Nephi has been just addicted to it and sending me and just creating all sorts of songs and stuff, and he got me like really into it. And so I've been doing a bunch of putting my lyrics to music and things like that on it. And I'm going to post some of the stuff on our on the Patreon. And it's just been really, really fun. Um, I don't think I need to say much more than that, but it's been really fun. And of course, the intro to our 600th episode was actually done through Suno that Mr. Nephi had done that intro for us. So anyway, it was very fun. Okay, moving on. South Park. So everybody kept saying, "Oh my God, you got to watch the South Park episode that they started the new season with." And so I did, and it was really good. It actually had me laughing out loud. So,
Well, yeah, not just that, but the way they did it, where we're going to sue Donald Trump, and then Donald Trump turns around and sues South Park, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to pay Donald Trump, because he's shutting them down.
yeah.
And then they turn around and they make a PSA for him of him wandering through the desert naked, and then his penis is the one that keeps pushing him to go further. You can do this, Donald. Let's go. Come on. I'm your wiener. Let's go. It was hilarious, but the best part of this whole thing, this is the best part. Um, the whole reason why um, Paramount, okay, Donald Trump was suing Paramount for 60 Minutes episode, where they
Hmm.
took an hour and a half Kamala Harris interview and
Hmm.
edited it down to 42 minutes
Hmm.
because that's how much time they have. It's probably even shorter than that, but it's not like the interview started out at 38 minutes, and so they edited it. No,
Right.
this started out as a long interview. It's got to be at least 90 minutes, and then they pull from it what they want.
Yep.
So Donald Trump wants to sue. Um, it's like they were asking for ridiculous. He was asking for a ridiculous amount of money. Yeah, I
Hmm.
think they ended up settling on 30 million. And the reason why they were doing that was Paramount is has a merger with Skydance,
Hmm.
and so they're going to take over. I think take over Paramount, and everybody's going to be happy, and blah blah blah. But the FCC has to approve it, and if Trump says don't approve it, it doesn't go through.
Right.
So they give him the $30 million. Trump says okay. They make the merge.
Well,
And while that's going on, the guys from South Park are signing a $1.5 billion deal to make 50 new episodes over 5 years.
yep. Well,
And
and don't
then,
forget they had to get rid of Colbert.
oh yeah, but the thing is, you got rid of, but I wonder how much of that was you need to get rid of. We don't know yet, but it looks terrible. So, but what happens is they approve the thing, then 2 days later, South Park drops
Yep.
and says, "Fuck you, Donald Trump," from your friends at Paramount,
Hmm.
basically. And I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. I love the way they structured it. I love the fact that um, that Cartman's upset because NPR is not going to be on anymore, not because he loves it. He loves it because people on there are so freaking pathetic. It makes me laugh.
Uh,
Okay. And then he's talking about it's the whole woke thing, and and
mhm.
then the kids try to kill themselves by suicide in their electric car. I mean, we don't make fun of suicide, but
Uh,
if you're going to make fun of suicide, that is a good way of
oh,
doing
it's
it.
South
It
Park. They
was
make fun of
it it was
everything.
so smart. The whole
Yeah.
thing, the whole episode was so smart. Even when it's offensive, it's really smart. And
Yep.
yeah, that was
I mean,
just
it just
incredible.
took me back to just the days when you could be so much more. Anyway, I don't know. It was great. It was really, really well done and
It
smart.
felt like
Smart.
Saturday Night Live in
Yeah.
1977.
Think that exactly. Yeah. Where you just push the envelope because you could push the envelope. So anyway, well, yeah. All right. So I got a chance to pop into a different timeline where I just happened to be at a place where Orville Peck was performing cabaret and as the MC, and I mean, I've always liked Orville Peck, but never really cared. And just like his music's okay. And watching him do this role and seeing the musical performer that he, because he was a musical theater person, and seeing him do this just made me love him.
Well, and the thing about first of all about Cabaret is I've never seen that version of Cabaret.
Uh-uh.
I didn't
No.
even I did not know that there were the two older characters,
Yeah.
the landlord and the fruit guy,
Hmm.
and I never knew that existed because no cabaret I ever saw had that in there.
Mm-mm.
Um, but the impact of the show and the way he controlled the play was everyone's talking about the play this, the play that, and it's like how can you talk about anything but Orville Peck?
I know. Not only that, but that stage,
Oh yeah.
the setup, the moving, the round, the different body types on the performers. I mean, the entire thing was just wow. It made me just love theater again for a few minutes.
Now,
So yeah.
the blonde boy in the chorus.
Um, no.
No, well,
I mean, I
uh,
know who you're talking about, but I don't know if there was somebody who it
yeah,
was.
that's Marsha from RuPaul's Drag Race.
Really?
Yeah, and Marty is his actual name.
Huh.
He actually was, I think, in between Orville and um, Bobby, no, Billy Porter coming in. He was covering for some because he does the MC. He's the understudy for the MC.
Okay.
So, which is so weird because totally different body style, and
Yeah.
then I'm just imagining they had Adam Lambert in that part, and then Eddie Redmayne before that part, and it's
Yeah.
like so. Right now, there's a big fight in New York over well, the online with
Mm.
Broadway. There's two things. They hired a non-Asian actor to take Darren Criss' role in maybe Happy Ending,
Huh.
and that Billy Porter came in and said, "Okay, well the Jews are out and the blacks are in for for because he's come in and he took over the role of MC from Orville, but everyone's like." Oh wow, that sounds like awfully Nazi, and I can't believe he said that. That's terrible. It's like, calm down, people. He's just going. We've got to change a cast, and we're trying to promote it.
Hmm.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Well, he just finished. He just finished playing. He's been in London doing the role for the last 6 months, I think.
See, I can't, I have a hard time even imagining him in that role.
Well, that's
But
what. But I think that he'd be a lot like Eddie Redmayne would be, which would be kind of weird and odd. But yeah, Adam Lambert, I mean, I mean, him,
yeah.
him and Orville are kind of similar in a way, maybe
Hmm.
body way, but so different in performer.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool. That makes me love the MC character even more.
Yep. But I'll tell you, Orville just blew me away.
Oh
And
yeah.
although I hated that first costume, those pants, those shorts or whatever, it was just, blech.
Well,
Anyway.
they were fun if you were like 10 feet away.
Oh, I bet. So yeah, wow.
And
I
remember, but that's where I met Detox too.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
I was like looking, going, oh, are they there? I mean, is this yeah. Anyway, but I missed you if you were there. Sorry. So Jennifer Slept Here is an old show from the 80s, and I found all the episodes. It was like less than a full season, I think, on YouTube. They're all over there. And it's just been fun to go back and watch it. Not because it was the greatest of shows, because it wasn't, but it's got Ann Gillian, and it's when I fell in love with Ann Gillian. So it's been really nice to just see her again. So that's been fun. Always. Oh, so on Matinee Minutia, which will be out. Oh, by the way, the Vibes episode, Cyndi Lauper Vibes episode just dropped a couple days ago, and in a week or so we'll be dropping Always, which is the movie with John
Helen
Goodman,
Helen Hunter and
uh,
Richard
yeah,
Dreyfuss.
Holly Hunter, and Richard Dreyfuss, and it was one of the
Steve,
Richard Dreyfuss shows, the episodes, performances I just didn't care for. It was just too phoning it in. But he and it was directed by,
Spielberg.
thank you. And he and Spielberg were the driving force because they loved the movie that it was based on, which was a man named Joe, or a guy named Joe, one or the other, and they loved it. So it was basically a scene for scene homage to that film, and I wish they had updated it because it just, it, ugh. I mean, John Goodman was wonderful in it. They had some great effects. Oh, and then the pretty boy that he was supposed to that Rich Dreyfuss's character is supposed to help. Um, we he turned into a big religious movie nutcase like Kirk Cameron type thing. Wasn't pretty. So probably why you never heard from him again. All right. Up next. So I've been continuing my Jason Statham movie fest. And actually, before he got into the movies, or as he was starting to get into the first movies that he was doing, he was in five different music videos Of course, most of them were British, like Erasure, etc., etc. And wow, were they bad. Not that he was bad in them, just the music videos themselves were kind of bad. But yeah, there's a couple where he's just like a naked caveman dancing, or not fully naked, unfortunately, but yeah. So watch those. I watched his movie Revolver, which tried to be all um AI, or cerebral and psychological, and he actually had hair in it, which was interesting. And when he has hair, it's usually a mess. Um, but yeah, it was good performances. It had Ray Liotta in it, which is the second movie that they've been in together that I saw. And Ray Liotta was naked in it, and mm, that was nice. It was very nice. Um, so I'd recommend it if you like a little psychological action, but toward the end, the psychological parts just kind of made you go, "What?" And then I also watched him in a movie called Parker, which he's of course the helps some shysters pull off a big job, and then they shoot him and throw him out of a truck, and they're like, "Oh, you're done." And then he goes and hunts them down, and with the help of a quirky Jennifer, what's her name? J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, knockoff. I don't know what her name is, but she was good, but she was just very kind of, they needed somebody to do that part, and she fit the role kind of thing. It was very generic. Um, but the movie was actually really good, and it's called Parker. And then I forced myself to watch 5 or 6 more episodes last night on a higher speed of I Kissed the Boy season 2. And I don't blame me for giving up. I was ready to just, I didn't even really care if I even finished this, because I don't care if these people stay together. I don't care if they break up. I liked the first season, but on this one, there's maybe two people that I kind of like and think that they're interesting people, and the rest of them, I don't get it. And when the hell did they bring back the mullet in Britain? There's half the guys that come in have mullets, and it's hideous. And then there's the ones that are like, I'm saving my kiss for me because I'm worth it, and I just don't feel a connection with anyone here other than friends. And I'm like, friends, really? You were sobbing because half of them didn't want to kiss you. Um, don't bother with season 2 unless you just really love the show. It's not very well done. Of course, Danny Minogue looks fabulous during every episode, though. So there's that. And I'm sure there's other things that I watch, but if I don't remember them to write them down, all right.
So Brad Johnson,
Yes.
who had no career
Yes.
except for 20 years worth of starring in movies and TV shows,
Uh,
you just hate him because he did the Left Behind movies.
look at them. Look at
Yeah.
the movies. How many of them do you recognize the titles to that you have seen?
Let's see. Well, I didn't watch the Left Behind movies, but he did one, two, and three, and those were huge hits. Um,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
he did Riverworld. He did a couple CSIs. He did The Outer Limits,
Mm-hmm.
Veronica's Closet. You love that.
I did
Uh,
love that.
yeah. Did some Melrose Places. He
Uh-huh.
did Dominion. He did The Birds too. Land's End. I remember that one.
Yeah, that was such a big hit.
Philadelphia Experiment 2. Flight of the Intruder. That was a huge movie.
Right
So
on
yeah.
you.
And he was gorgeous.
Sorry, net case.
No,
No.
you're
The
just
only thing that
judgy.
I will
You're
say,
judgy because he did Christian movies.
he did crappy movies.
Okay.
The only thing that I will say that
Comes from the guy who's watching Jason Statham movies.
which are infinitely better than Brad Johnson movies.
Okay, sure.
One
Sure they
thing
are.
that I will say that I did feel bad for him about, though, is that he was one of the people that died of COVID during the COVID pandemic. He was one of he that happened, and I felt bad about that. Just because. Anyway, all right.
What did he get his, was it before or after
I
the
doubt he got his vaccine. Well, back then I don't think we could even get vaccines yet when he died.
okay.
So, all right. So what would you do? You're a contestant on a new reality competition show that blends physical challenges, social alliances, and strategic voting. The prize, a life-changing $5 million. The twist, cameras catch everything. Your confessions, your alliances, your betrayals. Early on, you're liked by most, but it's clear that strong players are being targeted one by one. You have to decide. Do you play an honest game and risk being voted out early, or being a threat, or do you manipulate alliances and fly under the radar, knowing it could hurt your reputation with viewers and jurors? Would you focus on winning challenges, building relationships, or playing mind games? What kind of player would you be? Hero, villain, or something in between?
Well, I wouldn't do this because I've just I've seen like Big Brother's a real big one because they have the live feeds
Hmm.
where people have fucked themselves
Oh,
with what they're saying. The one guy who worked with the handicapped children
oh,
who
yeah.
referred to them as retards,
Oh, there you go. You just
it's
right out
like
there.
those kind of, I think it was last year the guy said, "Oh, you're my N word with an ending with an A."
Uh,
Like you're my friend. But it's like you're white. You don't say that. Just
no.
and sometimes you don't remember. You're gonna fuck up. You're gonna fuck up, and so I usually wouldn't do that. But if I was gonna do that. I would probably see. You got to play it kind of in the middle. You can't be hero or villain, but you got to know who you're going to work with.
Hmm.
Long run, long term, who you're going to work with. Um, and but yeah, I'm never going to go on a game where I could be exposed because my stupid mouth. And the thing is, they give them their alcohol. You could be like getting, drinking and talking and saying things, talking about old stories about friends of yours, and you're telling their secrets on national television.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So, yeah. Um, I I would probably be one of those in between players, make the weaker ones think that they need to keep me because I'll be voted out more easily at the end, but keep this but be with the stronger players so that, they think that I'm weak enough that they can beat me. Just
well, and the thing
play
is that
that as best I could.
we're never going to get we're never going to do well at the physical challenges either. So,
Right. But and that could play to our advantage at different points too. But you're damn right though that toward the end of it, I'd probably be pretty cutthroat for $5 million. Now, I don't think I'd majorly like fuck somebody over, but I mean it's a game. As long as it's in the game and you're not seriously hurting somebody,
but you are because you're taking away their chance at the money.
and that's part of the game. That's what they
See, I
signed up
know, I
for.
know, and that's why I don't understand people that go on these shows like the guy that just got his HOH taken away. He's
Yeah,
so angry about that, but it's part of the game. That's
right.
the whole thing. And if you can't play the game, then you don't go on these
Right.
shows.
And that's one of the things I liked about the few seasons of the Island Outcast, that thing. I don't know, I can't remember the name of it. You know what I'm talking about? Not Big Brother, but the other one.
The Amazing
Outwit,
Race.
Outlast. Outbound.
Survivor.
Thank you. Uh, the thing about that was is that they had a couple seasons where people watched the game from the time they were kids. They were happy to be there. If they got screwed over, like blindsided big time, they were almost like, "Oh, wow, good job, guys." Not, some of these older people like Boss and Rob that are just act like they've been, their lives are destroyed. It's a game. You're going to go off, you're going to make a bunch of money on merchandising, and you're going to be just fine. Go home. All right, moving on. Love it or hate it. AI generated art.
At this point, hate it.
Hmm.
I
Uh,
haven't seen enough of the art that isn't just fake.
mhm.
I saw a couple, it was yesterday. They had Barry Manilow like it was like 10, 12 years old, Barry Manilow at 20, at 40, and at 80. And the first picture is of Chris Partridge. And every single comment was, that's
Wow.
Brian so and so from the Partridge Family. He played Chris. Well,
Yeah.
you people are stupid. And it's like, and I know they're just doing that to get hits,
Yeah.
but they're not making friends by doing that either. So
Mm.
that's my problem. Is I'm starting to worry. Am I forgetting what B. Arthur looks like?
Oh.
Because I keep seeing all these AIs of B. Arthur. Oh, this is what this is a picture of her and Angela Lansbury. No, that's not. That's
No.
not either of them.
No. Yeah, I like it in certain ways. I have seen it generate actually some pretty good book cover type images. I have seen it do I actually use it for one of my clients to help generate royalty-free advertising because they can't afford it. So, it can do that and it can do a decent job, but it's very clear AI. It's not like, you know, something that looks super realistic. I mean, you look at it and you're like, okay, I know that that was generated for that. But when they try to fool you and do that type of shit, no, not into it. But as far as an art form, I think it's fine, but it's also one of those things where in the industry you have to market. Like you can't just when you upload something to Amazon, it asks you you have to mark whether it's AI generated or not. And if they find out that it is and you haven't made it clear, then they'll pull it down until you fix it type shit. All right, moving on. Hey Chubs. Hey Chubs, Timothy wants to know why do you think there aren't more conservative comedians? Because they're just not funny.
You're right. But and what they think is funny is usually cruel.
Yeah,
You know,
like that idiot that performed at the Republican uh convention. Remember that?
yeah. Well, sometimes some of that was actually funny, but what I'm talking about is um when they say things like they make fun of the pain and suffering in Gaza, or it's like that the punchline is, well, at least it's not Gaza, right? What
Mhm. Yeah,
what what's wrong
not
with
funny.
you? Yeah, they're just not funny. And I also think that I mean, even like even the Kill Tony, there was some crossover stuff that I thought was cleverly worded, even though it's like, oh God, oh no. When he says, oh, there's a big island of garbage circling around in the
Ugh,
ocean,
it's awful.
Puerto Rico. That's kind of funny, but if you're gonna make fun of somebody that is just it's wrong, morally wrong.
Mhm.
And where I think that like the John Olivers and John Stewart's and Bill Maher, they have a way of playing with it where if you watch The Idiot that's on Fox, his comedy is just not funny. It's
Mhm.
like, oh, you're looking for the remote. It's just, oh, I'm offended and I shouldn't be. It's not even about me.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Anyway,
So Timothy, you want to know what you remember about Snackwell cookies?
uh, I remember liking them, but I remember they were too expensive.
No, they were cheap.
The
The
diet
Devil's Food one.
cookies?
The Devil's
Yeah,
Food. Yeah,
no,
they were cheap.
they weren't that cheap. Well, maybe they were for you.
Oh, of course.
Sorry, but I don't remember them being cheap. I remember them being good though. We liked them. They had that nice crust of chocolate on the outside when you bit into it. Yeah, they were good. Hey, Chubs, Timothy wants to know, should reality TV participants receive mental health support during and after filming? I think the point is during filming that they're not getting the mental help that they need, which is making them
Right.
the
No,
reality.
what they really need to do is make sure they get the
Uh-huh.
mental health support before they go on. We need to find out who I think it's almost like if like I said on Project Runway, let's find 12 people who are just weirdos.
Well, yeah, because I remember seeing some of the behind the scenes way that they pick people and do the testing on Survivor, and they look for specific archetypes,
Right.
and some of them they look for people that aren't exactly stable or that can be pushed over the edge.
Right. And but do I think they should be have emotional support during the show only because they could be pulled if they're really dangerous at some point.
Hmm.
But afterwards, they're on their own.
Now, I would have said I could see them getting it after.
Why? That's not the responsibility of the reality show. What
Well,
they're gonna have
they're
to
the
give
ones
them
that kind of
medical.
sent them over the edge. I mean, come on. If we had not had, if we had had decent mental health support after the show, we would not have ended up with 6 or 7 different seasons where we had to put up with that redhead that is back again.
Rachel, yeah.
Ugh.
Did I show you my where they my IV went?
No. Oh my gosh. Did Rachel do that? What the hell?
Yeah.
Girl, that's a big bruise.
I know. And
Mm,
it's been like 11 days, and it's still
wow.
actually it's a little lighter, but it's still purple
Hey, now did they inject the stem cells up there or into your knees?
in both knees and here.
Wow. In there, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's kind of like just taking a refresher bag, the
Oh.
stem cells. And they took bone marrow to mix with it.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't know
I hear
about that
that's
go
healthy.
I didn't know about that going in. No, it hurts like fuck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're taking a needle and they're putting it into
No.
the bone itself through the joint, I guess, and pulling out marrow. But then they use that to um that joins with the stem cells so you don't have any rejection.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Hey, I remember Teddy Ruxpin.
I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, that was I mean I remember it, but it was just kind of slightly like one of those things that came in right as I'm kind of too old for it. And I wouldn't have wanted it anyway because
Yeah,
they
and I was definitely too old for it.
yeah. So uh yeah, I would not have wanted one. All right, but you know what I want? I want to find out what's in your lunchbox, and we're going to start with Mr. Scott. He says, "Hey guys, Scott here. This week we had Hamburger Helper. We used two different boxes of macaroni and cheese and potato stroganoff. We used 1.5 pound of ground turkey, prepared it, let it simmer down for about an hour and a half. What? Oh, for half an hour to thicken up. Then that made 3 nights of dinners for the two of us, and it was very, very delicious."
I always, as because they made out Hamburger Helper to be, like poor people food, but it was good food. It still was good. My
You
favorite
know,
was hamburger macaroni, cheeseburger macaroni.
that was one of our favorites. We had that a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Uh,
Heather tried to make the stroganoff stuff uh, last year, I guess it was, and I did not like it. It was just mush. But I grew up on that. Yeah, love
yeah.
it. Loved it anyway. He also says, "Hey guys, Scott here. Sorry, so sorry, no pictures. Went to Costco yesterday and had some great samples. First stop was pineapple pork sausage. Next were samples of focaccia bread with olive oil on top with garlic and Parmesan cheese. Next was a piece of French bread dipped in marinara sauce. A piece of toast with strawberry jam was the next one. And the last thing we got was a little candy bar called Unreal Bars with coconut and chocolate. It was all so delicious.
I'll tell you
P.S.
that. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go.
No, no, no. P.S. What is it?
Okay. P.S. A couple of weeks ago, I sent in pictures of these buttermilk biscuits we get from Costco. They were called Annie's biscuits. You guys were wondering, but we can't find them anymore. But that's just like Costco. Sorry if I'm going on too long, but I'm enjoying some meditative chocolate right now. Chubs forever.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I'll tell you the samples. Sometimes you hit the samples, and it's just amazing. I remember
Mm.
they were sampling this lasagna made with short ribs, and
Oh,
and my knees went weak. It was so good.
nice.
Yeah, yeah. So every once in a while you'll get in there and it's like, oh, and they have this one thing. It's called s'mores, and it's chocolate covering up marshmallow, that real soft marshmallow like you get in
Mm.
well, Easter candy, that soft stuff
Yeah.
with, and then it's sprinkled with, you can taste the graham cracker, and it's just like, oh yeah, and I wished I could go back for more than one time, but you know how it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds good. All right. Well, Mr. Moose wrote in and said, "I went to the Chinese restaurant. They made me a dish on not on the menu. Chicken, carrots, and snow peas in a white chicken stock sauce. Was good and very light, hopefully healthy."
And they were very generous with the snow peas because usually,
Yeah.
yeah, they're chintzy with those, but look at that.
Oh,
Looks excellent. And it's going to be healthy because you've got greens, you've got oranges, and you've got a light protein. So yeah, this is going to be a good healthy meal.
hmm. Um, got General Tso chicken at not our normal Chinese restaurant. Thought it looked good, but I didn't like the sauce. Too sweet. At least it had a lot of heat. Didn't eat the noodles because they were lying in the sauce.
And I know, and the noodles look
Ah,
fantastic.
yeah.
But yeah, with General Tso's chicken, um, depending on which, I guess, region or ethnicity or wherever, if you go to a Vietnam restaurant, it tastes one way. If you go to a Szechuan restaurant, it tastes one way.
Mm,
Chinese restaurant this way. So depending on where in the region the food is from,
mm,
depends on how sweet it is. And the reason it's as sweet as it is because they're catering to Americans who like everything sweet. I
Yeah.
saw a documentary on it. It was fascinating.
It's so hot.
The
Oh,
noodles look so good
sorry.
though.
Uh, the only thing I want to do is walk around the house naked and eat ice cream. Here's a Nestle Toll House cookie ice cream sandwich. Ate
Oh,
two
thank
of
God. I was
them.
wondering where this was leading to.
I know where it was leading to. Okay, ate two of them. They're small. Oh,
Oh,
they look
they
good
look
though.
really big. I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be like the Tahoe cookies that you like so much.
Yeah,
Okay, but that looks good, and so does the next thing.
yeah.
Although
Made,
is it strawberry,
yeah, no.
cherry?
Made raspberry and blackberry strudel. Didn't put much sugar in it. Planned to serve them with ice cream, but out of a compliment, serve with ice cream, but out of a complimentary flavor. Mhm. And let's see, we have got beef, chicken, and broccoli for lunch today. Was good. Sauce was a little too sweet. And I don't mind sweet sauces, but as I get older, I am finding some things just a little too sweet now.
Yeah, because this next one's probably sweet too, but it
Mm.
looks good.
Found out that my Asian restaurant serves the same sauce for both the sweat Szechuan green beans and chicken and the Kung Pao chicken. Only difference is the peanuts. So I save a bunch of calories getting the Szechuan dish. More chicken too.
The green
That's
beans look
beautiful.
fan. I love, I love Asian green beans. They're
Yes.
always there's oh my God, they're always so good, so good.
Well, and now Tom has a plethora of photos he's going to talk about.
Okay, so the first one is let me get to it. Make sure I got the right end. Okay. First one was we went to a restaurant. It's called Herb and Wood, and it's if you know Brian Malarkey on the Food Channel, it's his
Hmm.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Um, and so the first picture is of a these are carrots that have been sautéed, and then they're sitting in this bed of like green goddess dressing and covered with all sorts of crunchies and yummy things. Fantastic.
Hmm.
The next one was this is uh, deep fried broccoli, and they have a spicy sauce on the bottom, and the white is kind of not really sweet, but yeah, a little bit sweet. Kind of feta ricotta. Was it ricotta? Ricotta over the
Oh,
top, and you kind of stir it together, and it gets just all covered and yummy.
okay.
The next one is a half a head of cabbage that's been sautéed, and they lay it on the dressing, and then they cover it with good stuff, lots of good stuff. We've been eating a lot of cabbage now because of this.
Hmm.
The next one is potatoes, and those are potatoes that have been they've been deep fried.
Mm.
Then they're crispy on the outside, tender on the inside, and then those are little twirls of cheese. So they're crispy twirls of cheese.
Wow.
So you're getting crunchies from pieces of potato and from the cheese. It was just, and then there's a sauce underneath that's really good. I think this is the
Beautiful
last one.
plate. Mm.
Yeah, the last one is uh, trumpet mushrooms, and
Mm.
they're cooked up, and they're just lovely, as
Yeah.
one would expect. Next picture is me at Hodad's. Hodad's is a it started off as a restaurant on the beach, basic right down from the beach. They have been they the whole inside is covered with license plates from all around the world. And we were fortunate enough to get there, and you can sit where you're eating. Um, the front window is a table. So the next picture coming up will show you the
You
front
got
of
bacon in there too.
yeah, but the front picture here, where it says Hodad's, we were
Oh,
you sit there and you can watch the people walk by while you eat. Of course, I'm always
Wow.
worried someone's going to stick their finger in my food.
Eh,
Okay, so the first one that's showing here is a bacon cheeseburger with onion rings, and the onion rings are fantastic. And then they give you a big jar of ranch to dip them in, and they're just great.
oh,
And then the last one is of Sean's. He got a bacon cheeseburger as well, but he gets the big steak fries that they're really crispy as well.
yum.
But oh my God, Hodad's, if you're in San Diego, it's a tradition. You just go to Hodad's. You have to go to
Hmm.
Hodad's. So yeah, it's fantastic.
Wow. Those were some great photos.
And I only limped to one of them.
Cool. All right. Well, if you want to find those photos, all you have to do is go over to facebook.com/chubsgonewild and check them out. And please do leave a like and comment and let Moose and Scott and Tom know how much you appreciate all the great photos. Don't forget, you can email us anything that you want us to talk about or any of the topics that we've talked about. You can send it to our feedback at chubsgonewild@gmail.com. Find Tom's other podcasts at swannerandjudd.com and find my other projects and books at justkisstheguy.com. Find all of our links at allmylinks.com/chubsgonewild. And of course,
If you're watching us on YouTube, go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. A comment if you want, please do.
yeah,
We want this to be a show that everyone feels they can participate in. So
that's true. And
and so yeah, so good news is no more cuts, pokes, shots until and at least till next year for me. I'm now officially on vacation from medical surgeries to make me younger.
And you're on vacation from vacation for how long now?
What do you mean, vacations from vacations?
Yeah, you're not going on another trip until November?
No, November, yeah.
Yeah. But let's everybody have a little reminder that Tom's birthday is coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so doesn't
So
matter. Not a birthday person.
I know, but you know what? We want to celebrate you because you
Uh,
are
uh,
special. You're very, very special as witnessed by
mm,
many people. Like
not you.
I think you're special
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
different way. All
yeah.
right. Thanks for tuning in. We love you, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Maybe that was
Yeah.
recording, wasn't it? Okay.
A network of inclusion.
UnivazPods.net.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network.
This has been a For Fuck's Sake production.